Hello, and welcome to Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. This is a traditional roguelike that I've played quite a bit of. I have, I don't know, something like 15 or 20 wins. Uh, but I have a very terrible win rate. That's out of like thousands of games. Um, and I think normally it's because I like sort of rush or uh, I take risks that I shouldn't take. So to test that theory, we're going to try to play it on stream and see if that helps me slow down a bit, or if I still play fast, or what happens. So I think the explaining will definitely slow it down a bit, but like whether or not that will be enough for me to play better, we will have to see. Um, so I think I've won all the simple races. Well, actually, they just re-added Mountain Dwarf, and I don't think I've won that, and I don't think I've won Armitar, uh, which I guess is the replacement for Centaur. Although there was something in between Centaur and Armitar that I didn't play much of either. I don't know. I never liked the Centaur class, but I think they got rid of its extra speed and it has like Rampage or something. I don't know. Whatever. Um, Out of characters I've done well with, I apparently haven't won a Barachi, and so I kind of want to play that again, just to see if I can get a win with that. Um, I've had very good runs with Barachi, so I'm kind of surprised that I haven't won with one yet. So anyway, they're like frog people. They're very slow, but they can hop. They have like a sort of a imprecise hop, I would say. It gets more precise, I think, when you hit another level. But they have extremely good aptitudes for all skills. So you can play pretty generalist. You can kind of just pick the stuff that you have. Like if you find good items or good spells in certain schools, you can kind of just pivot to them. And so I find that's nice. Also, apparently, I had forgotten this, but their vision range is further away, which is usually a bad thing in crawl because stuff you can see can hurt you, and stuff you can't see can't hurt you. Um, so yeah, let's do Barachi. Baraki or Barachi, I don't know which. R. And then for background, I usually like to do a spell background just because they have good um, aptitudes and spells are fun. It looks like they recommend Summoner or Ice Elementalist. I think both of those make sense because Barakis aren't great at moving, and so if you're not great at moving, you'd rather summon things to keep stuff away from you, right? Or your Ice, which usually has the downside that you can't move a lot with ice spells. I think in the starting book are both Frozen Ramparts and uh, Azukabu's Armor, something like that. Both of which are spells that you can't move while you're using. So, I think we'll go ice. I usually have a pretty easy time early game with ice, so we will try that out. Okay, so here's our little starting vault. We start with a robe and a potion of magic, which I don't remember when this change was made, but I like this change a lot. The casters start with a potion of magic. We also start with the spell Freeze memorized, which is a 1d7 damage spell that's melee. Um, and one thing I think this description doesn't mention is that Freeze can't miss, I'm pretty sure. Uh, which makes it useful for like invisible things that are beside you, or very evasive enemies. It also slows cold-blooded monsters, which can be nice. Yeah, so that's the spell we start with. We are working towards oh, that's interesting. Three level 3 spells, apparently. It used to be the starting books kind of gave you like a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 spell. I guess they've decided that that's not necessary. And so now it looks like the starting book has one level 1 spell and 3 level 3 spells. That's fun. Anyway, we'll probably be training Frozen Ramparts first. That's a very good offensive spell. Um, Armor's good for defense, and then we can go into Summon Ice Beast. All right, so let's look at our skills. This is the first thing you should do whenever you're playing a game of Crawl, is you should go into your skills. I have something in my RC file that makes it automatically go to manual mode, but it starts in auto mode by default. You want to put it in manual mode. Auto mode, like, sort of trains skills based on how you're using them, which tends to be, I don't know, kind of inefficient in terms of how you're allocating points. We'll actually keep stealth. I don't know. Let's go to 2.5 stealth or something. It's nice to not be seen when you're a slow race. We'll turn off spellcasting for now. Spellcasting's pretty inefficient in terms of increasing power or castability of different spells, especially when they're one-school spells. You only really want to train spellcasting on most species when you want max mana or you want more spell slots. So we will turn that off for now, and then we'll keep Ice Magic on. The general rule of thumb is that you want to train your kill dudes faster skill at the beginning of a game until which point you can kill things reliably fast, and then you should switch to defense. So our kill dude stat is ice because we're trying to get our ice spells castable that do damage. All right. First things first, we'll pick up a potion, and we will continue. I'll do a little manual exploring at the start, just so I don't get cornered, basically. Auto-explore can get you killed sometimes early game. Alright, so we got a leather armor. It's probably worth wearing. Leather armor has a base armor rating of 3 and encumbrance of 4, whereas robe has 2 and encumbrance of 0. Encumbrance affects your like spell rates and your evasion and things. So equipping the leather armor, right now we have 2 armor class and 11 evasion. If we equip the leather armor, we go down to 10 evasion but 3 armor class. So that sort of, we traded a point of EV for a point of AC, which is good. In general, you want these to be more towards the middle, because if you have one extreme and one not, it means that you're dodging a lot, but then when you get hit, it hurts really bad. Or if you have really high AC, it means that you're dodging almost nothing, but you know the attacks don't do as much damage. But you'd rather some mix of the two, right? You'd like to dodge attacks outright sometimes, and you'd like to mitigate damage sometimes. So try to keep them towards the middle. So yeah, I think the leather armor is an upgrade, and it does not affect our failure rate much. We go to 3% to 4%. So I think that's acceptable. Let us move on. I just pressed auto explore when I said I wouldn't, but it's fine. Let's go over here. Let's try not to leave any like corners that enemies could hide in, because you want to use those corners to retreat to, basically, if we need to. We found 2 javelins. We'll pick those up. It's never a downside to have a javelin. We have a snake here. I think we'll throw a javelin at it. We've killed it. All right. I was just trying to get its attention, but I'm fine with killing it too. All right, we've picked up a dagger. We will equip that. That's certainly better than our unarmed combat. If we look at our character stats here, our damage rating with unarmed combat is about 2. So it's basically, and it shows you the formula that it uses to calculate that. It's base 3 plus your unarmed combat skill, which we have 0 of. And then multiplied by your strength and your fighting. Now, when you equip a dagger, now I have a 4 damage rating, because I'm getting a base 4 from the dagger itself, and then it scales off of dex instead of strength. So looks good to me. Let's check this out. Yeah, we're pressing auto explore now. All right, we got some gold, and then it looks like there's a nice ring here, a ring of slaying. Ooh, and we picked up a ring of protection at some point too. This is insane. Okay, ring of protection, very good. It's giving us 4 AC, so that's More than doubles our AC. And then Ring of Slaying means that our dagger now does 8 instead of 4. So very strong early game. We even found a sling. So we might switch to a sling here. The sling is going to do even more damage. It's going to be a little slower, but it's ranged, and that's good for the Barachi because we don't want to get near things. So here's a rat. We will just sling it. We have slung it. Now we have a frilled lizard. We will attempt to sling it. We'll back up a couple. And now we will use freeze. And it has a 4% risk of failure. Yeah, it's not showing like a miss chance, so I think freeze, like I thought, was it can't miss. So there you go. We freeze the lizard. All right, onward. Oh, we've got more animals. I don't know how I want to deal with these. Let's look up here first to see if we'll pull things this way, because I would rather not. Oops. I should put the dagger on A and the sling on B, or actually vice versa, so that when I press my switch weapon button, I switch between the dagger and the sling. All right. Kill the rat. Okay, so here's the enemies we were looking at before. Not too bad. Basically, what we were concerned about is if waking up these, like, pulled more enemies into it, which we would not have wanted. I think it's... We'll take the swing at the cockroach there. Okay, we found a faded altar. Okay, so this altar is then Eli or Gozag. Zen is like the god of order. And actually, you can just press A and it'll tell you. The god of discipline, sorry. The lawgiver. I mean, that is order, right? It's the opposite of chaos. Zen hates chaos. So eventually it lets you, like, cleanse mutations. He shields you from chaos, etc. He's not, like, an amazing early game god, but he's not awful. I don't exactly know what... I forget what vitalization means. Let's check that out in our chat bot. Zen granted ability protects you from sickness, poison, confusion, petrification, rot, and stat drain. And boosts your stats, depending on invocation skill. Okay. Sanctuary is a very strong I don't want to die skill. It just makes it it makes it so nothing can hit you in there, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I have not used Zen much. Divine Refuge. Enemies within range retreat and can't attack. Blood and harmful clouds are erased. Holy word is recited. Your pets rush to your side and all traps are revealed. The sanctuary ends if you attack. Looks awesome. Yeah, so that's like a very much a get off me button. Pretty useful. Ellie is sort of a god of healing and pacification. You can, like, pacify monsters. And Gozag is a god of money where you buy... it makes everything drop money, and then you can buy shops and different potion effects. Those are all decent gods. Again, I don't think Zen's amazing early game. Also, how do you get piety with Zen? Is it enough to followers likes it when you donate money and you kill unclean or chaotic beings. Yeah, so you have to, like, kill specific types of enemies. Unclean or chaotic. So, like, it tends to be harder to gain piety with Zen. I don't know. none of these gods are terrible. I kind of like Fated Altars, so let's give it a shot. Okay, we got Ellie. So Ellie is a god of healing, and so she occasionally guards our life, and she also lets us purify ourselves, which I'm pretty sure purges body of poison, confusion, slowness, petrification, weakness, and sickness. Pretty strong, and gets rid of stat drain and health drain. So nice ability to have, and we have it right off. And we already have 1 star of piety. Is that what happens when you worship a Fated altar? You get more piety at the start? That's kind of weird. I don't know if I knew that. Anyway, we'll take it. Let's continue. All right, so that's that. That's the first floor. And what I like to do after I complete the first floor is look at anything I might have missed. There's a mace here. I'll take a mace. Fine. I don't think we'll use it, but no downside in carrying it. And in case you didn't go for the Fated altar, they gave you another altar of Zin in case you want to go for that. All right. We are slinging this kobold. We froze them when they got in melee range. We will hit the goblin with the sling. This sling plus slaying is ridiculous early game. All right, chainmail's too heavy for us. It's going to make it so we can't cast the spells we'd like to cast. So, no go on that. There's an axe and a whip. We'll get a scroll. Staircase up. There's a frilled lizard. We hit it. There's another leather armor. We already have one. The bat goes adjacent to us, so we freeze it. We'll back up from this. We would prefer not to alert the whole floor. All right, and then we'll start slinging. All right. Hit the hobgoblin. Hit the kobold. Yeah, so you can see how powerful this sling plus slay is early game. We'll freeze that. Quokka's going to be a little hard to hit. We got it. Got the rat. Got the bat. Get a potion. There's a dagger here. I don't think we particularly want it. Or rather, we already have a dagger. Okay, so we got our first level up that lets us increase our stats. We'll go for Int, because that will help us cast our spells. All right, now we can learn a new spell. We're going Frozen Ramparts. We likely won't try to cast it at this failure level, 9%, mostly because it's red and the colors mean things. The colors basically tell you how bad the miscast effect can be. In this case, it can deal up to 10 cold damage to ourselves, which we would like to avoid. We do not have that much health. We only have 24 health. Very dangerous to cast that spell. We would have to be... we would have to be in a dire situation for us. Ooh! Hi, Terrence. Okay, so there's Terrence. He hits for 12 with his mace. That's all he has, but we don't want to fight him if we can help it. Yeah, so Ellie, we did get our skill from Ellie that heals another monster. This lets you turn monsters neutral. Oh, and you get full experience from it. You used to not get full experience. I feel like it used to be partial experience. You get full experience from it. So this is potentially a play. I wonder how much, what our success rate is. He is not interested, so we cannot heal Terrence and have him go neutral. I think maybe it only works on animals. But okay. Terrence is faster than us, because almost everything is faster than us when we're a Barachi. What are our options here? We have a bunch of unknown spells. I mean, I was just saying I don't want to cast Frozen Ramparts, but honestly, it almost seems worth it. Terrence, Frozen Ramparts does 1d7, which is like my freeze, but it's doing it every turn. Which means I can also do damage with freeze while Frozen Ramparts is going. We can't run away from this guy, and all the stairs, the upstairs, are really far away. This is the closest stairwell, the downstairs, and if we go downstairs, we could be putting ourselves in a bad position anyway. So I think maybe Ramparts is our best option. We don't know any of our scrolls or potions. All right, let's try it. 10% chance to really mess me up. Okay, so we got Ramparts off. Terrence has not taken any damage yet. We're going to try to freeze him. Okay, there was one freeze. He's taken a little damage. Let's freeze him again. Okay, he's taken a lot of damage. Let's freeze him again. Okay, he's taken a very high amount of damage. And then we will start shooting him with our sling. Great. Okay, there you go. It was worth... it was worth learning Ramparts, even with that scary miscast rate. I felt like the 10% chance was better than my other chances, so that's the one we went with. Great. So there went Terrence. Let's continue exploring. Okay, we're done exploring the second level. Let's review what items were here. Yeah, we don't particularly want any of those, so let's go down to the next level. We'll take this trapdoor up, just to know where the trapdoor goes. Alright, we saw a lizard, we killed a lizard. Let's try to get a little area. Oh, that's a lot of snakes. I'm like tempted to hop down here. I mean, we can deal with snakes. The thing about it is we have to cast... I'm not like particularly into casting Ramparts again. We do have 6 freezes, though. I don't know. This could pull more things. We're going to hop. Okay, so we hop down there. The way hop works is you pick a spot like 4 squares, up to 4 squares away, but then there's like a 2-square radius in which it can randomly go. So sometimes you hop farther, sometimes you hop shorter. But anyway, that got us reasonably close to the stairwell. I think I will pull 1 snake up. I think that's fine. And then we freeze him, we freeze him. Okay, so snake's dead. Do we want to go down the same stairwell or not? I mean, we can take on a snake and a roach. That's not too bad. Freeze the snake, freeze the roach. All right, safe. Orc has a morning star. I don't know where we saw them, though. Let's back up. Let's try to get... Okay, here's the orc. Shoot him with the sling. Once more. Morningstar hits very hard. It could 2-shot us. Let's freeze. Okay, we 1-shot it with a freeze. We'll take your Morningstar. That's a very good mace. It's the... one of the highest 1 damage... or one of the highest damage one-handed maces. Evening Star is a little more damage, and then like Demon Whip is less damage, but it hits faster. Okay, we got a Ball Python. We will take this Polymorph Wand. Alright, and then we got a spell book with a bunch of hexes. High-level hexes. We're probably not casting those anytime soon. Although, now that we're looking at our spells again, we should probably get Ozu Kubu's Armor. That's who I was trying to say before. Pretty nice spell. It gives you a bunch of armor class, and you just can't move while you have it, which is fine for us. Okay, and we got some high-level conjurations as well. Aha! Here's another downside of worshipping a good god like Ellie, is that I'm not allowed to use necromancy. So that anger spell is not going to be available to me. Not that it's like particularly good on this character anyway. I think necro is like my, yeah, it's literally my worst aptitude. It's -1, which means I learn it more slowly. But that's fine. All right. Should I consider Invo to make Ellie's heal other more reliable? Yeah, maybe. Let's try to get Invo up to like 3, 2.5. And see how that treats us. I would just like to get heal other more reliable so that if we run into something that we would like to pacify, we can do so. Okay, here we have a wand. We have a Staff of Cold. Now that's very interesting because a Staff of Cold is pretty good. It's sort of dagger-esque in terms of damage, but it also increases the power of our ice abilities, and it gives you an extra hit that you can sometimes evoke like a magic attack on enemies when you hit them with it. That'll do extra cold damage. And it gives you cold protection. So pretty good. We will put that on B. Oops. Adjust items. Put... Where's the staff? U to B. Okay, so now when we press apostrophe, we will switch between our A and our B weapon, which is our sling and our Staff of Cold. So that's cool. We can probably drop our dagger. We likely don't need that anymore. It has very similar stats, right? It's +6 accuracy for base damage, whereas a staff is +5 accuracy, 5 base damage. So a little less accurate, but a little more damage. Yeah. So I think it just outclasses our dagger at this point. Okay. And if you check out our damage here, so like Frozen Rampart's doing 1d8, it's at 50% power. Freeze won't get any stronger because it's already at 100% power with our current skill level. But when we equip that Staff of Cold and we look at Frozen Ramparts now, you see it got to 76%. It's 1d12, which is very significant. Like that's 50% more damage, right? Well, 50% more max damage, right? So we're happy about that. It also makes Azukubu's armor a little more powerful, which assumedly gives us more AC. So like if we cast oops, don't save and quit. If we cast armor here, oops, we failed. There we go. We got 13 AC. Move again. Equip that. Zap C. 12 AC. Okay, so it's effectively 1 more AC if we cast it with the staff. So, fair enough. Let's move on. We will sling the kobold. Great. We will go around corners wide to minimize the chances that we end up next to an enemy. All right. Sling's definitely doing work for us. A bombardier beetle. Okay, so let's try to get as far away from it as possible and then start slinging it. What is the range on its attack, by the way? Pretty far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. Okay. Okay, yeah. We're now on fire. I think we'll start moving so that we don't burn to death. If you move, I think it reduces... Yeah, quells the fire more rapidly. Stop, drop, and roll, kids. Okay, we're on fire. Let's go up the stairs. And let's block off that. I pressed E, or no, I pressed X to go into targeting mode, and then pressed E to exclude. E once, puts this exclusion, but it excludes the whole line of sight. E twice just excludes the stairs. So we're doing that so that we don't accidentally go down the stairs. And then we'll go down a different set of stairs. Great. Here's our fire beetle again. What's our cast rate on frozen ramparts? Pretty good. So I think our strategy here should be go around the corner. Hopefully he steps like here, and then we can frozen ramparts. Well, he might step here because he's ranged. We also have a polymorph wand. Well, okay, 2 of those are awful and way worse than a bombardier beetle. But polymorph now gives you a list of things it could turn into, which is very nice. Dart slug would be excellent, but there's a 66% chance it's a bullfrog or a blink frog, both of which are they're much stronger enemies, so we don't really want to do that. I think we'll try to run around this corner like I was talking about. It may have lost track of us. No, it's here. Okay. So I think... Is there like a good corner I can go into? That's a pretty good corner, right? So it might show up on this side, but if it shows up on this side, it's getting frozen. Let's give it a wait. Okay, showed up on that side. So now we're going to hit it with frozen ramparts, and then start shooting it with our... Do we care about AC? I think we just want to kill it. I'm going to shoot it. Okay, took a lot of damage there. The wall froze it, and it got hit by the sling, and then we're going to freeze it again. Great. Great. So just a matter of positioning with the bombardier beetle there. All right, continue to auto-explore. All right, that is the... Oops. That's the whole floor. We don't want any of this junk, so we're going down. We have a snake right by us. That's fine. We'll shoot it with the sling. Then we'll freeze it. And freeze again. Another snake's coming. We're still fine with that. We freeze it. Great. That reminds me, we maybe should read some scrolls just to get them identified. Okay, we have 2 scrolls with 2 stacks, and we have a bunch of potions at 1 stack. So let's read one of these scrolls and see what happens. That was a scroll of fog. Not useful right now. Let's read the other. That's teleportation. Okay, so since we're going to teleport, we would like to escape back up the stairs so that we don't teleport into something unknown down here. So let's wait for the teleport to pop. We teleported one tile. And now we're back. All right. We have an iguana coming up. Okay, so that snake got a little poison off. At this point, we might want to cast Frozen Ramparts, just so this iguana is going to be taking damage as it approaches us. So Ramparts is down. We will take the next shot with our sling. There we go. And now we have a ectoplasm up there. Endoplasm, sorry. We'll shoot that with the sling too. Great. There's a goblin. We'll shoot you with the sling. We'll shoot the adder with the sling. Great. Another iguana. Uh-oh. A gnoll came out. And it has a wand of light. That is very scary. This is a new feature, though, that I really appreciated with Crawl. It started identifying, quote, unusual creatures. And they're creatures that have, like, unusual equipment. So, like, if they have a wand, or they have, like, a weapon of distortion, that lets you know, which is very useful. This is a scary situation. We're going to retreat, I think, just so that we can have more space for our... Ooh, we just hate that wand, man. It could... Okay, polymorph here, very strong. It's going to become an orc, a kobold, or something else. It got cut off for some reason. Oh, an adder. Yeah, I think that's great, because it'll drop its wand regardless. And that's a 57% chance. So let's try that. It failed. We can try it again. Okay. We've got hit by the Wand of Light, and now we're blind. I guess we're gonna Rampart. Our new plan is just to freeze him to death before he kills us with his wand. We'll do a freeze. Okay, that one got that. We will shoot the iguana. We'll do another freeze, and another freeze, and another freeze. All right, great. His Knoll buddies have found out about our little party. How much damage do they do? 11? It's not great. Does Heal Other... Okay, Heal Other is only going to pacify 37% of the time. Probably not worth our last 2. Magic. We would love to get to the stairs over here, but, like, it's difficult. We're slow. But, like, maybe we can loop around here and then try to hop the rest of the way. Okay, so the Knoll got an attack of opportunity, and it tried to hit me. We don't yet have enough magic for ramparts. We now have enough magic for ramparts. Maybe we use it here, or back one more up and then rampart. Let's do ramparts here. So that got both the Knolls in, and then we'll start shooting again. Okay, we have shot. And then we'll try to stand on the stairs and rest. Great. An adder coming again. We'll try to freeze it. Great. Okay. Ellie's down to 7%. Not too bad. We're training to 2.5. Let's go 3. All right. We have a Shadow Imp. I think those are resistant to cold a bit. Sure are. Took quite a few freezes. Endoplasm. Fine there. Bedhoss, we already have a god. There's a ball python, somehow carrying a robe. We're not sure how. A book of maladies, of which we can't use anything in, I think. Because we're not allowed hexes. Or necromancy? We're not allowed necromancy, yeah. We might be allowed hexes, I'm not sure. Okay, here's a phantom. These are annoying. They blink you all over the place. They don't hit that hard, but they have good evasion. Do they have... And they have a ton of cold resist, so our undodgeable cold attack doesn't help much. And if we... If we ramparts, it can rip us out of ramparts. Because ramparts requires you to not move when you use it. This spell. It makes all the walls frozen around you, but it will crack and fall away if the caster moves to a new position, which was what happens when the Phantom hits you. Okay, so I think our best bet here is just to pelt the Phantom, or try to pelt the Phantom with a sling. 48% chance to hit. Yeah, it's not amazing. Okay, so now that the Phantom is, like, point blank, I guess we're going to switch to our Staff of Cold. And start smacking it that way. Okay, so we've taken a little damage. The Staff of Cold's doing its job. Alright. Scary. But we got there. Didn't I say... Wait, I had a thought. Oh, yeah. My thought was I should have been casting my other abilities with Staff of Cold. 1d14 versus 1d10. Yeah, it's still significant. Okay, so make sure you have your Staff of Cold out when you're casting ramparts. Okay, so that was dungeon level 4. Anything for me? Not really. Actually, I would take a spear. There's a case to be made for a spear. We eventually are trying to learn Summon Ice Beast. Which... Maybe I should switch spell schools soon. But yeah, we eventually want to learn Summon Ice Beast, and in the case where we have an Ice Beast in front of us, it's nice to be able to stab through past the Ice Beast and stab enemies on the other side of it. So the spear can be useful there. It's pretty, like, in general, if there's a situation where you might use a weapon, it's pretty decent to pick it up because it costs so little time to swap weapons in this game. It's only 0.5 time units. So it can be very helpful. Okay, anything I want to read before I leave? Not necessarily. We would like to know what our 2 stack of potions are, but we don't know what our identity scroll is yet. Identity scroll should be the most common scroll, but we haven't seen it yet. Yeah, see, very common. So we should wait for a certain scroll to stack up a bunch, and then that should be identified. Yeah, and I think once these get down to a failure rate where it's not yellow, meaning I can take a bad miscast from it, then we'll switch to training summoning, because Summon Ice Beast is an ice summoning spell, and your success rate on a spell is based on, like, the average of your spell schools, plus some other, like, bonuses for spell casting and stuff. Success. Spell success rates are colored according to maximum. Yeah. Okay. Does it tell me? Okay, there's a big... That's not very helpful. I thought it was going to give me a formula, but okay, fine. Down to dungeon level 5. All right, let's make a little loop here to make sure we have some place to retreat to when we need it. Check this corner, make sure there's not a monster over there. Great. Okay, now we can auto-explore. We have a jelly. Not a ton of damage, but if the damage goes through, then it hits you with acid. And the acid can corrode you, which makes all your stats worse. So it's pretty... Did it eat the hand axe? I don't know. Anyway, let's back up a little bit. And then we will switch to our staff and then cast Frozen Ramparts. Okay. Our friend Jelly came to visit. The jelly is now dead. Now, this Howler Monkey has done a real thing for us here, in that it's alerted probably the rest of the floor. So, that's not ideal. One trick with ranged weapons, by the way, is you see how I have a 55% chance to hit this Howler Monkey? If that fails, the shot just keeps going. And so, if you're shooting ranged attacks, you kind of want to shoot in a line that hits many targets, so that if it misses your primary target, you hit your other targets instead. So there, just hit the Howler Monkey. Okay, and our Ramparts has ran out. Let's switch to our Staff of Cold. Recast Ramparts. Smack the monkey, maybe? What's our chance to hit with the staff? That's fine. Alright, switch back to Sling. Fire at the wizard. The wall killed the wizard, and now we are cool. Great. A dart slug here. Kill the dart slug. I am the superior ranged unit. Alright. We have an orc. It's just shouted, so it's likely bringing its friends. Let's back it up a little bit. Hit it with a sling. Anybody else coming? Doesn't seem like it. Alright. An ogre in the corner there. I'm not particularly keen on dealing with an ogre at this point. Although, okay, Summon Ice Beast is pretty castable. Let's back up. Let's learn Summon Ice Beast. And if push comes to shove, we will summon an Ice Beast on that ogre. I'm a little scared. Okay, it looks like there's nothing here to wake the ogre. Oh, there are boots back there. I want boots. We wear the boots. That gives us 1 more AC. Love that. Okay. We have Dewan, brother of Duvessa. That means Duvessa is very near. Dewan's like a caster. He's got Throw Flame, Throw Frost, Blink. He can haste. And he has Corona, which makes you more hittable. Now, his sister is more of a melee character. And either one gets, like, angry when you kill the other. We'd prefer to kill the sister first, because the sister will, Berserk, which gives her really fast attack speed, hits harder, and has, like, 50% more health. Dewan just, like, hastes himself when he's angry. Much less threatening. Okay, we don't really want to polymorph. Plus, it's not going to work that often anyway. Okay, how do I do this? We do have a scroll of teleportation. We could teleport. We could zap our Wand of Light at them. What does the Wand of Light do? 45? It's a decent amount of damage. I'm just afraid I'm going to kill that. I'm going to kill him, and then I'm not going to be able to fight Duvessa because she's going to berserk. Check out the heal. Okay, so we have a 20% chance to pacify Dewan. It's not nothing like it was for Terrence. I'm not sure why I'm able to pacify Dewan and not Terrence. But okay. 1/5 chance of pacifying him. I don't think that's very reliable. The hop isn't great here because there's a lot of space below where I'm probably going to hop and not a lot of space above. If we were to hop, we probably want to hop this way, I guess. Or even get in the hallway first. I don't know. I just don't really want... I really don't want to deal with this nerd. Throw a javelin at him. Ooh, he's got a great robe on. A +2 robe of willpower. I would totally wear that. Okay. I'm like sort of a fan of teleport here. I'm just afraid if it fails, what's going to happen. I think we teleport here. And then while Dewan's pushing us, we'll just Frozen Ramparts him. Hi, Duvessa. Okay, yeah, I regret teleporting. We're now adjacent to Sigmund, which is probably one of the scariest uniques, early uniques in the game. He has a 46% chance to confuse me. He can go invisible, and he has pretty damaging abilities. In addition to that, we find ourselves by an ogre as well, which is very cool. Let's, okay, not a great chance to pacify. We can heal ourselves. I guess we need to cast Ice Beast. I think that's step number 1 is get an Ice Beast out. Now, back up so that we switch positions with our Ice Beast. Sure. Now we take a shot at the ogre. That's very good. Our ally's currently targeting the ogre, so we'll take another shot at the ogre. Ogre's dead. Great. Let's tell our Ice Beast to retreat to here. No. Okay. Follow me. Oh my god. We're gonna switch, he's currently attacking our Ice Beast, so we have time to switch to our staff and then cast Frozen Ramparts. Now we'll switch back to our sling. We'll shoot Sigmund. All right, great. Very spooky. But we handled that all right. Wait here. Do we have any other... No. We can't really learn anything else about our stuff. Okay. We did learn... We can potentially learn, like, swiftness, airstrike, etc. Okay, so it looks like our spells, Frozen Ramparts and Ozu Kobu's armor are pretty low. Or low enough that it doesn't have a dangerous miscast on it anymore. So we'll switch to summoning. Get that up to like 5-ish. Just to boost the spell power of Summon Ice Beast. And it's easier to train summonings because it's lower. You see this cost column here tells you how hard, or like sort of the ratio of XP to levels you get for various skills. And since this is higher, it has diminishing returns. So we want to start focusing on a spell school that makes Summon Ice Beast go up much faster. Alright. Okay, and it looks like there's a crazy UF down here. Now this is a unique that has a very scary weapon. That Quarterstaff of Chaos hits hard, but he has a cloak that I want. So we'll move forward. Okay, so he's right next to us. I think the play here is summon the Ice Beast, open the door, swap positions with the Ice Beast, swap to our spear, and start stabbing him. Great, we got there. He poisoned the shit out of our Ice Beast, and he weakened it too, but we got there. All right. Ellie does not want us to equip a Staff of Chaos, makes sense. Okay, so we got our cloak. We'll equip that. Now we have 10 AC, 10 EV. Very good defensive stats for this early in the game. Okay, looks like there's an ogre there. Let's back up. The ogre has spotted us. I think first line of defense is the Ice Beast. Is there a way to get the Ice Beast to, like, go to a position that I want? I don't know. Anyway, the Ice Beast is engaged the ogre. We will switch to our Staff of Cold. We'll cast Rampart. And we'll wait. Great. Excellent. Okay, we have a Knoll. Likely there are multiple. We will hit the Knoll. Freeze the Knoll? Okay. Alright, now I'm starting to get worried we're going to run into Duvessa again. Not that we couldn't take them, just that... Will I risk it? Oh, she did have good armor on. Maybe I do want to risk it. Okay, there's a Knoll up there. Let's shoot it. Okay, there's the Knoll's friends. I knew they were coming. Swap to this. Cast Ramparts. Smack them. There's a Knoll Sergeant. Kind of spooky. We'll smack him with the sling. Okay, we hit him once. And now that he's closer, we summon our Ice Beast. What do you have? A Wand of Mind Burst. Okay. Okay, we're going to swap positions with our Ice Beast here, even though it breaks Rampart. Great. Summons goes to level 4. As you can see, Summon Ice Beast is getting a lot stronger, much quicker. Okay, and then in this fight, we want to keep our Ice Beast between us and the Knoll. Okay, because he's going to continue to mind zap it. Let's switch to this and cast that. Great. Alright. There's Dewan again. Back. He's got that robe of willpower that I want. Alright, let's back it up. %40 power for the Ice Beast when I cast it with the Staff of Cold. Very important. Let's make that with the Staff of Cold. He's put a Corona on me. I don't particularly mind. Alright, Dwan is dead. Now, I suspect Duvessa is on the chase. Indeed she is. She is now Berserk. It's not our favorite. Okay, we got our Ice Beast. I should not have stepped forward. Okay. Let's do that. Uh-huh. And we have Wand of Light, which might help in terms of damage. What else do we have? Mind Burst. What's the percent chance? 47. All right, let's Wand of Lighter. Okay, she's blind. Let's switch to our Sling. Okay, she's dead. Great. And we got summons to level 5. Let's maybe start on fighting. Okay, actually, that's not quite there, so let's get this to, like, 7. And then we'll start fighting. Fighting will give us max HP, which we would love. Okay, so we got some scrolls there. And we have a stack of 3 scrolls and a stack of 2 scrolls, so we might actually know our scroll of Identify at this point. So let's go down the stairs. We hear the hiss of flowing sand. That means there's a... Okay. That means that there's like a pyramid, there's a vault on this level. Ossuary. Vaults are really nice. They usually give you a bunch of stuff. Sometimes it's themed around an element. Ossuaries tend to give you a bunch of consumables like potions and potions and scrolls, and we would love those. I think while we're here, we'll read one of these scrolls that we have a big stack of. Okay, that's a scroll of Identify. Let's identify our 2 potions. They're 2 potions of brilliance. Okay. Now I think... I don't like that guy. Let's pull the snake up. Freeze the snake. Find another way down. Go down the steps. Let's read our other 2 stack of scrolls. Okay, it's Butterfly. Let's, basically I was hope. Nothing appears to happen. Did I fail casting? I think I failed. Summon Ice Beast. Let's try again. There it is. Alright, took care of the frog. That white imp is a little, resistant to cold, but we got him. Alright, so we're looking for the ossuary. We would love to find that. Looks like we're pulling a lot of dudes here. Where'd our other friend go? Alright, not too bad. Kill the Shadow Imp. Very distant avalanche of sand, so it's likely not on this side of the... That's a falchion of electrocution. We will take that. Likely not on this side of the level. Okay, we have a big problem against these. These have infinite cold resist. So when you have an Ice Beast fight, it's not very exciting because they only hit for 15. Most of their damage is cold damage, but you don't get any of it when they're fighting each other. And in fact, none of my spells pierce through cold. So I will have to fight this. How How does Mind Burst? 64%? Okay. Let me try to Mind Burst it. Okay, that did half of its health. We'll take it. Let's summon our own Ice Beast. Just in hopes of distracting it. Or doing that maneuver. Alright. We got there. Summons to level 6. Summon Ice Beast is still slightly dangerous to cast. They could summon a Nameless Horror, which we don't particularly want. So we'll continue to train summoning, just so that we don't have to deal with that. But soon we will switch into a new spell school. Okay, so we found the temple. We don't particularly need the temple. It looks like we found a couple beetles. Let's summon an Ice Beast to deal with this beetle. Try to stay behind your Ice Beast so that you don't get sticky flamed. Alright. Once again. Oh, hello. Ramparts. Ice Beast. Okay. Slow Avalanche is staying nearby, so we're pretty close to the ossuary now. Get our Staff of Cold out. Okay, here's the ossuary. You can tell because it has a weird wall. Let's get our Ice Beast out. Rampart. Smack it. Great. Okay, we are going to run out of time here, but I remember there's a robe that I forgot about. Let's get that robe. All right, back down the stairs. Hit the flowing sand. We'll make our way down here. Great. Another Ice Beast. If we could avoid that one, that would be ideal. Okay. Alright, so we made it to the ossuary. Let's put on our Robe of Willpower. I think, in general, it'll just make our spells easier to cast, and we will end up with very similar stats. Okay, we actually have one better AC and one better AV. So this is just strictly better at this point. We can drop our leather armor and our other robe. And that makes Summon Ice Beast castable. So with that, let's start putting points into fighting so that we have a bigger health pool. Fighting does a lot of things. Health is one of them. It also lets you hit things more accurately and do more damage in combat. But we're doing it for the health. We're sort of using it as a defensive stat. Oh, hello. Are these cold resistant? A little. Bog Mummy, kind of scary. We do have cold resistance because of our staff, so we should keep that equipped. Can we Mind Burst a mummy? Yeah. It wasn't effective, but we can Mind Burst one. Oh my god. Okay, so let's summon our Ice Beast. You're cold, yeah, RC2 even. We'd love the Bog Mummy to go there, yeah. Okay, now we cast Ramparts. And then we start smacking. Okay, you need to retreat back here. Okay, it didn't work. This mummy refuses to engage with me. Here he goes. Alright. Weird. I've never seen this vault. I don't remember anyone. I don't remember any ossuary I've been in with bog mummies. Anyway, not too bad. Let's Is there anything to identify here? Not really. We know teleportation. We don't know blinking. We don't know. In terms of potions, we don't know anything. Let's just identify a potion. Okay, we got heal wounds. That's very good. Although we do have heal through Ellie too, so we can. Let's get dodging like to 5 too, and fighting to like 8. Better aptitudes for fighting. Okay, so notably there is some deep water we can hide in if we want to. Killer bee zombie. All right, not too bad. So these are cold resistant, but in general we're gonna do okay against them, I think. Let's wait a bit. Another bog mummy. Another bog mummy. Here comes the bog mummy. Tied around the corner. Gonna come to visit us? No. Oh, that's a crocodile zombie. It can pull us. Pretty scary. Alright. Frog. Bog mummy. Okay, it's really like just a constant merry-go-round here. Okay. Another crocodile. It's pulling my ice beast away. Ooh, that's a little rough with my rampart. We have no mana. We should remember to save a little mana for healing ourselves. Alright, ball python. That's fine. We'll go for int. Make our spells more powerful. Here comes a mummy. Mummies hit pretty hard. We would prefer... Yeah, 20 damage. We would prefer to summon an ice beast for that guy. And then get him on the other side with that. Swap places. Bog mummy's dead. We have a bullfrog. We have a hound. Alright. Here's the goodies. Summon an ice beast. Start freezing them. Great. Great. Oh, we got a ring. A dex ring. How much does a killer bee zombie do? 8. Alright. And a howler monkey. And a howler monkey. Okay. Great. So, quite a few potions and quite a few scrolls. We did very well. Let's start identifying the big stacks. So M is probably curing. Yep. P's mutation. That's a good one to find because you don't want to accidentally drink mutation. For 2 reasons. 1, you don't want random mutations for the most part. 2, later game, they're a pretty important commodity when you do get mutated. Cancellation. Sure. And let's identify a random scroll. Revelation, which is what new mapping is called. But it has a little more tactical use than map used to have, which map just gave you the map. This now shows you everything around you in your sight radius. even if it's invisible for a turn, and even if it's on the other side of walls and stuff. Okay, so I think this game's going pretty well. Yeah, and we're getting points in fighting and dodging, so our defensive stats are going up. We're getting our health pool a little bigger. I think actually fighting is just good right now, just to get the health pool, because our AC and EV are pretty high for this level. So the way to get the best like effective health is to increase health, because we have good AC and EV protecting that. But all right, it looks like this game's going pretty well so far. Definitely playing a lot slower than I normally do, but it seems to be going well. I think there were a few very scary moments, especially that fight with the ogre and Sigmund. But we had Ice Beast online, and we were able to deal with that. And we had the early Rampart for that one situation earlier, too. So, good stuff. All right, thank you for watching. See you next time.